Hey, and welcome back. I'm Reverend Dr. TK Gray, and this is TK Tuesday. Today, I wanted to stop by and talk about the differences between stress, anxiety, and PTSD. Because a lot of people don't actually know that PTSD is not a mental illness. Nanotech has showed us it's just not. It's the brain replaying itself, looking for a better way to survive should that thing happen again. So, in the case of a car accident, if my brain is replaying and replaying this accident, I'm going to be looking at maybe even in slow motion. I might be able to smell it. I might be able to feel it. And every time I think about it, my brain is absolutely recreating the original chemicals associated with that trauma, that traumatic situation, that negative chemistry in my body. So that's going to circle me back to the loop because stress is a single thing or act. It is a one-time annoyance, right? Um, it's not a big deal. It doesn't happen over and over again. You may be stressful to have somebody pull out in front of you, right? It may be stressful to stub your toe. It may be stressful to almost run out of gas in your vehicle, whatever it is that looks like. But stress it's usually just kind of a one time thing or something that's not frequent. But it does create a chemical reaction in our body, and it's usually not a big deal. Anxiety is repeated stress. It's consistently being cut off on the highway. It's even reading the signs about, amber alerts, silver alerts, missing and exploited children. It's seeing things over and over and over that our brain starts to think about things. I remember just a couple of days ago, I was on the freeway and I was talking to my boyfriend, and he and I were just literally talking about PTSD. And that was the first thing that came to mind were the signs on the freeway. Now, for me, I know what they are. So I know that if I'm starting to worry reading that sign over and over again about my kids, about myself, about my nieces and nephew, about the kids that I'm adjacent to, that are in my class, that are in my school, that are in my neighborhood, that live across the street, whatever that thing is. Can you feel it? Right? It's that repeated stress. It's that repeated worry. Because every time I look at that, oh, those kids are missing. I'm worried about that. Eventually, I'm worried about everything. And that's where that loop comes in. And that is PTSD. PTSD is repeated anxiety. You got it, right? So we took a couple of negative thoughts, right? That stress, it's just not a big deal. It happens once in a while, to the anxiety, that repeated stress, those things that really start to wear us down. It can happen in our relationships, it can happen in our vehicles, it can happen in our jobs, it can happen in our own head, right? And then into that PTSD. And that's where a lot of people, they really just sort of don't do themselves a service. They reserve PTSD for police, for fire, for veterans, for active military, right? It's everybody but me. So, where are you in your process? Where are the things, what are the things that you are looping about, that you are consistently feeling challenged about? And where are you on that spectrum? Because you have three choices when it comes to negative or bad chemistry. It is either going to be a stressful moment, or it is anxiety, or the anxiety is already so bad, my brain is taking over, and now it's PTSD. And PTSD manifests in us a lot of different ways. Some people, they stop talking to others. They stay home. They avoid people completely. Some people get angry. They will cry. None of this, again, is a judgment. We are where we are in our lives because of that math that's in our body, right? The trauma plus accident plus anger plus whatever it looks like for us, multiplied by the years of life that you've been feeling this way. So if you check in with yourself right now, take a nice deep breath, exhale, and ask yourself, when is the last time I went all day without feeling some sort of way? How does that feel for you? We can have happy moments, but if you are being victimized by yourself and consistently restarting that 72 hours of negative chemistry in your body, it will become harder and harder for you to step outside of that. And remember, you don't know what you don't know until you know it. So, for a lot of you, you may be hearing about it for the very first time today, and that's okay. You have a choice now, and you can watch this video as many times as you need to feel amazing. That's what God wants for you. That's what I want for you. And I'm certain it's what you want for yourself. So, what are the activities that you are going to do to change the way that you feel? To make it so you feel amazing every single day. Now, if you're watching, let's be clear about one thing. We would never, in my opinion, consistently get rid of some negative reactions in your day or in your week. But we want them to be of the stress kind, not the anxiety or PTSD kind. So, what questions do you have? Go ahead and post them up, or you can reach out to me directly as well. Want to say huge thank you to Ironhawk Financial and CashMap and Kevin Allen. This is Reverend Dr. TK Gray for the Prayed Up Network. Have a blessed week. We'll see you next week for TK Tuesday.